what's going on, everybody? It's me again, Golden Blue Dude. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I make college football videos every single day, and most of the time, multiple videos. So, the chaos meter for this week, I'm going to set it on minimal. There were a few upsets, but it was nothing crazy. In fact, I pretty much called most of them. So, the first week on my spread picks, I went 8-5. So, on my second week of my spread picks, I went 8-5. I'm going to roll through those real quick. There's one pick in particular that makes no sense why I did that, because it actually went against my preseason predictions. Yeah, I'll explain that here in a minute. First things first, though, I want to congratulate Jordan. He's the one that found Golden Blue Dude. He saw my bumper sticker, and he came to my vehicle and said, "Hey, you're Golden Blue Dude." I said, "You're right, and here's $20. So congratulations to Jordan. You are $20 richer than everybody else." So here we go for week 2 of my spread picks. So 8 wins and 5 losses. Not too bad. Let's run through them real quick. Well, the first one, I thought this was a lot. Louisiana and Georgia State. Last week, Louisiana whooped Iowa State, and they were considered a top 25 team, and Brock Purdy was a Heisman sleeper. Well, they whooped him, and this week they played Georgia State. Not a very good team. And Louisiana was laying 17. I was like, lay those points. I think they'll wallop Georgia State. Well, they still won, but they barely survived by 3 points. So, I lost that game. The next game I lost, Wake Forest, NC State. That was really a pick'em game. I really shouldn't have picked that game, but I did. NC State was laying the 2.5. I took the points in Wake Forest, but Wake Forest lost by 3 points. So I missed that game by half a point. But a loss is a loss, right? The next game, I didn't see this one coming. Boston College and Duke. Duke was laying the 5.5. I laid those points, and not only did Duke win by less than 5.5, but they straight up got whooped by Boston College. Didn't see that one coming, so that's another loss. And then, this was an ill-advised late-minute swap. The Baylor-Houston game was postponed, so I swapped in a late pick, and it was Liberty-Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky was laying 14, and I thought they looked good in the week prior to this, so I laid those 14, and they straight up lost to Liberty. So I lost that one. And here's the last one that I lost. And it makes no sense because it went against my preseason prediction. I picked Louisville and laid the 2.5 because at the time the line was Louisville laying 2.5. So I took Louisville, laid the points, which went completely against my preseason prediction because I predicted Miami to finish above Louisville and to be a better team. So why I picked Louisville, I don't know. And, of course, Miami straight up thumped Louisville. And that was my 5th loss. So, let's get the losses out of the way, and let's talk about the wins. The first great win was Marshall and App State. App State was laying the 4.5. I picked Marshall to straight up upset Appalachian State, and they did. Next up, Troy and Middle Tennessee. Troy was laying 3.5. I was like, that's easy. I'm definitely going to lay the points. And, of course, Troy demolished Middle Tennessee. That was a gimme bet. I mean, if you didn't take that bet, something's not right. Next up is Louisiana Tech and Southern Miss. Southern Miss was laying the 5.5. And I took the points, which turned out to be a good pick. So there you go. I won that game as well. UCF and Georgia Tech. UCF was laying the 7.5. And I laid the points. I knew that Central Florida was going to have their way with Georgia Tech. People were putting too much stock into that Georgia Tech win over Florida State. And I was like, I ain't buying it. I laid the points. And, of course, Central Florida laid the smackdown. And next up on the list is South Florida, Notre Dame. Notre Dame laying a lot of points, 26. But I knew South Florida was way worse than Duke. So I was like, lay them points. Lo and behold, Notre Dame, 52-0. Another win. Next up, Syracuse and Pitt. Pitt was laying 21.5. I was like, why are they even having Pitt lay that much? Because Syracuse lost to North Carolina 31-6, and Syracuse is a much better team than Pitt. So having them lay 21.5 didn't make sense. I was like, give me them points. I took the points. Pitt only won by 11. So I saw that one coming a mile away. And then SMU North Texas, SMU laying 14. And I was like, Buechele is due for a great day. I'm going to lay them points. And guess what? Buechele had a great day. And I won that bet. And then the last one was also a late swap because I actually counted wrong. I only put in 12 games. And I like to put in 13 so there's no tie. So I laid in one last one. And that was Texas State and UL Monroe. And Texas State was laying 3 points. I was like, that's easy schmeezy. Texas State is way better than UL Monroe. So I laid them points in. There we go. Easy bet. 8-5. And right now, Golden Blue Dude is killing Vegas. I am 16-10. And I will have you my spread picks probably Thursday. So keep your eyes out on that. And this is supposed to be for fun. But if you're going to lay money, do it smartly. Don't try to pick one single game that I'm picking to win. You got to spread it out. Because if that game happens to be one of my few losses, you'll be like, oh, Golden Blue Dude cost me $20 or $50 or whatever. So don't do that. Be smart about it, all right? But I will have my spread picks out later on this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you on my next video.